I guess we're back again. Every week we haven't gone anywhere, guys. Still no fourth member, but Sit Your Podcast Down
Just
is
keep popping back
is
up.
here. Episode. I just asked you this.
We're in the 20s, but we don't know.
When do we restart the seasons? I don't.
Let's do it at 30.
At 30, okay.
Which could be next week. We don't even know.
We're close to 30. We don't know. G's in the building, repping the Saints. Ew. Reeks in the building, McFly in the building. How was your week, fellas? How's everybody?
I'm good. It'll be good. Good start to the week.
Good start to the week. I was having a great start to the week this week as well. And then like I told you, man, I saw something that almost made me physically ill. Like I almost threw up a little bit. Like what's wrong with people? What's wrong with people? Like if you haven't seen it, Brittany Renner declared it stepdaddy season. And the only problem I have with this, her son ain't even 6 months yet. Like what the fuck is going?
I thought you meant PJ.
Like that's funny too. Like I don't know anyone that declares this like 6 months off of like you just like getting back to normal kind of right now. Like not even. I don't get it, and it's just I don't understand how that man plays basketball next year, and they are not clowning the shit out of him. But then again, we hear that LaMelo may have done the same shit, so who knows?
Well, they said that wasn't true.
They fought that heavy.
Yeah, they said it wasn't true, and LaMelo cut her off. So,
man, listen. Jordan needs to get a handle on them young boys and let them know what's going to get them out. Put them on game. LeVar, keep your son close. I'm telling you right now, man. But the rant was interesting. She essentially goes on to talk about, we don't want them. Maybe you speaking a lot of bullshit that you don't know nothing about. Speaking for what other people want in people. But I don't know. How did you guys feel? Like, what was your thoughts on this shit?
She looked corny, first of all. She looked hurt. Like, you're justifying, she's justifying a lot of like crazy shit. Like, clearly people are like, getting to her. People are coming at her about her decisions. And this is all like trying to change the narrative. Honestly, this is the same thing we say other people do. Try to change the narrative. Let's make it somebody else's fault. And I don't know. It's just weird that we're okay with like people promoting like this type of behavior, because I mean, you could be traditional, you can't be traditional, but typically people would want to be married before they have a baby, and promoting stepdaddy season is literally the exact opposite of that.
That's a big thing in this era, though, that I think is going. It's almost like they reverse everything that we grew up on. So we grew up and they're teaching the ideas of marriage and being in a relationship and all this other stuff. And this era like embraces like the opposite. So it's like nobody wanted to be a baby mother or a stepmom or a stepdad, coming up. But now it's like she's putting it out there like, yo, that's what I'm doing, stepdaddy season. And the thing is, you're gonna find somebody to be that stupid. But yeah, it's really just crazy how backwards they do everything now.
It's about them and not the kid. Like this baby's a status symbol for her.
Right. And that's why she's already putting it out there.
I don't know, man. It's this kind of shit, in specifically for our people in our culture, right? We just can't. I always feel like you can't afford this shit. It's bad enough they look at us as just baby factories as it is and broken homes galore. It's bad enough. You go anywhere, they go and assume this shit. You come from a broken home. It's bad enough, that's what it is. And then you have people like this, and I guess my problem is, and we say this a lot, not a lot, but we said it enough. If this was Toxic King Future out here, like, man, listen, it's stepmama's season. Yo, he a dog. Yo, he this. Yo, I just don't see enough of this. I see all this empowerment bullshit, and you know what? Fuck it, do you and whatever. And it's like, where's like the okay, this is kind of a lot. How about the fact that again, you just gave birth months ago? Your kid's not talking or walking or even probably on solid food yet. This is where we are. And you already on some time for stepdaddies. Really? And I just it's infuriating. And I'm just like, yo, PJ, how you feeling right now? How you living, brother?
She was hurt. Because he posted a picture with another Instagram model. He's an idiot, first of all.
Right.
But he found him another one.
Right. Got another one.
They need an intervention down in Charlotte. They need somebody to save PJ from himself at this point. You can't be this dumb. You can't be.
He is. Like he's already
he said
very clear.
He's already proven it. He's proven it. He went.
Oh man.
She put it out there what she was going to do before she got with him. And he went anyway. So it's like he's sitting there saying, like, you can't be this dumb. Yes, he is this dumb. He is this dumb.
Yeah, he's proven us.
He is proving us
that
he's an idiot. Like, oh, okay, well, this one's gonna be different. Like, no, I mean,
I think so. So let's look at this. Is she officially? I mean, is she back on the market? Does she pull another high profile dude? Does she figure this out?
Yep.
She absolutely does.
Yeah, no way she messes this up. She's clearly the queen.
And the thing is, like, she gonna get somebody around PJ's age, because it's insane. Like she's a lot like Corinne Stephens to me, because Corinne put it out there what she was about, what she's gonna do on numerous occasions, and not only the dudes mess with her, like they wiped her, and then got upset like when she did what she said she was going to do. Like, what do you expect?
Yeah, so, this is the era where things don't exist before they were born. So,
right,
she's gonna find somebody else.
I think in this era, everybody is that arrogant to think that they are that special that the rules don't apply to them.
Yep,
and that's one thing. Their arrogance and narcissism is just that high. Like when you actually look, you can look up studies, it's the age of the narcissist. So they really, really think that none of this stuff is going to happen to them until it does. And then when it does happen, they cry victim. And then everybody embraces the victim, even though you put yourself in that situation.
So do I really think it's just, they just don't, you think it's just, they just don't think it'll happen to them? You think it's just that simple?
I think it's that simple.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Listen to how they talk, man. But it ain't gonna happen to me. I ain't no lame ass nigga. Like,
right.
Yeah, that's
how they talk.
Listen, yeah. I tweeted today, and I'm getting quite a few likes on this tweet because this dude tweeted, man, I chase my bitch like I don't care, blah, 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 blah. So I said, if you chasing, that means she's running.
Logically makes sense.
Right, makes sense, right?
You can't chase somebody ain't moving. That's a fact.
And if you can, something wrong with you.
Right. That is crazy. That makes perfect sense. Yes, I agree.
You know, but the thing was, like, you should have seen how many people was like embracing that tweet. Like you shouldn't have to chase somebody.
You should not.
And it's like, yo, this is what we do. Like, no.
We talked about it before. I really think there needs to be, like, they should do a case study and present it to NBA rookies on PJ and say, listen, I'm not telling y'all not to go find love. I'm not even telling you to go have some fun. What I'm telling you is, do you want this? It's a cautionary tale. 6 months after popping out a kid for you that you're going to have to pay for 18 years, she's auditioning for number 2.
Yep.
Is this what you want? Is this what you want to be about? If it is, I mean, listen, go hit her up on IG. If it's not, have some sense about you. Seriously.
Like it should have sounded like what Kaepernick did was doing with her. Like I don't know why they didn't learn from that. Like he's sitting there, made her pay for her own ticket.
I was about to say that was my next thought. Is Kaepernick even more of a hero now?
he might be.
Is he even more of a hero? He was like, listen here, all this social justice shit is cool, but I ain't no sucker.
Right.
You about to get me. Yo, shout out Kaepernick, man. He owned it down in more ways than one. Gotta go.
I agree. Cap is he's raised his stock.
I stand with Cap.
Cap stands for captain now. He's gone up.
Hey, Captain, I'm with it.
It is like
oh
you
no.
But you see how righteous Kaepernick is and how he's treating her. You sitting there like, you know what you're
doing. Right. That is a sign.
Cat worried about the whole community. He's still treating her bad though.
He said, nah, but you different.
Right. Like, you're not treating her like the queen that she is.
Seriously, somebody yo, are there any old heads on the Hornets? Hayward ain't gonna do it. Hayward ain't gonna fit the bill.
Hayward,
scary
man.
Terry, he barely older than him.
I think that might be the problem.
No old heads.
LaMelo has come in and immediately became the leader.
Youngest doing the team, like, yeah, he's the guy. But like, I'm here though. Yeah, he's the guy.
We all listen to him.
Oh man.
Yeah, and that's crazy because he's wild on his on that Facebook show.
Yes.
Yeah.
I didn't think he would be the one that would make it. I honestly thought like he had the talent potentially because of like he playing overseas and stuff, but I'm like, yeah, his attitude, man, he the one that we got to worry about, not Jello.
Right. You're right. When you watch the show, you figure like, yo, he was the one that's going to be like, he's the one that's going to mess up. But his talent just speaks for itself. But if you're listening to him,
he's one of those guys that he probably does live a little wild, but in between the lines, he ready. Like we talk about like KD having that, like he weird outside the lines, but in the lines, he's a killer.
He got a good dad. That's what I don't think LaMelo will get caught up because his dad told him he's never gonna find a wife. She too rich now.
Yep. He ain't gonna be able to decipher who's gonna want you for who you are and who ain't.
You know what's wild though? When you think about the men that are married that seemingly have what you look at as good relationships, a lot of them have them before they got on. A lot of them have them before they got on. When they just somebody who was grinding with you,
right?
Maybe knowing where you would maybe get to, but not knowing. But they was grinding with you before you got there. Met them in college or some shit. You know what I mean?
I was gonna say the dudes that are newly married, all their wives kind of look the same.
Yeah, they all like IG models and
IG models, yeah, all the time.
Now he didn't find them at the library.
You might have, man. Don't hate, man. We gotta protect the women, man.
Hey, now, listen. If you find one at the like, if you got one like Westbrook, who's college graduate and got her doctorate, I think, and all this other stuff, then more power to you. But most of them ain't finding that. Most of them found them at a party or on IG.
It's crazy how they all come from like the same circles too. It's weird how there's just like this inner group of just these IG models and like the skill level to be that seemingly isn't as high as being an NBA player.
No, it's not.
That's just weird.
It's not. You don't have to work too hard. Just have some money.
Yo, man, it's simple life. Think about it. You work your whole life to be in the NBA. That's like an obsession. You got to bust your ass at it all day. and just a chick with a fat ass and just be in the same circles as you just because.
Yeah,
And that's
Man,
why it's PJ's fault.
it is PJ's fault. We need
Yep.
to do better.
and
You know,
don't
like, we need to
like
do
and don't
better.
get it twisted. Like they've always been around,
Yeah,
but they weren't praised like they are now. That's
But
the
now-
biggest difference.
well, now OnlyFans and Instagram is a job, so you know.
Well, we're in the era of justifying bad behavior, so you
Yeah.
know, until like I don't want to say punished, but until like it's recognized and like called out, and we stop babying people, like people are going to continue to do ridiculous things, like Rick was saying, and play the victim card, and you know,
because that's the
no
thing.
accountability.
Right. That's the biggest thing with this era, no accountability. So they always try to find ways to validate what they did. And then they get a bunch, and then because of social media, you can always find a bunch of other excuse makers to ride with you and your mistakes, even though you put yourself in those positions or you did things wrong or didn't listen or whatever the case may be. And, you know, instead of saying, you know, I messed up, you gonna have enough people to back you and tell everybody it's the other person's fault or somebody else's fault or whatever happened.
There is a lack of accountability. And I would say also just culture in general, you can't criticize anybody because no one should be criticized. Just period.
Yeah.
You can't criticize them just because they're a sex worker, or because they do this, or just because they're on IG, or because they don't have any other trait besides being pretty. That's wrong. And that's, you know, divisive language. And that's this. I'm just like,
I've been attacked on Twitter for saying people could do things that other people say, like, no, they got this condition, he'll never be able to, like, you're not being sympathetic. Like, no, I'm saying that they are capable of doing something that they can do, and you're acting like I'm the bad guy. What really put it over the top for me, I know we mentioned this before, but I know we talked about this with when they attacked Carl Lewis.
Right.
For saying the track team needs to do this, do that, and they need to be better, and this is not the culture of USA track. And they're attacking him like he has no say, like he's wrong.
he's wrong.
It's
Like
insane.
he has like 9 gold medals.
He don't know shit. Back in the day, it was easy to run. You only had one competitor.
Right. Like
So
you
which
know,
fuck you know.
right.
Right.
That's what they do. That's what they do.
I'm
Losing is the new winning.
I'm losing. Shout out Shikari.
Yeah. Losing is the new winning.
I know you're going to talk about this, and we're not talking about it, but like, okay, she went to the Met Gala, right? Why? The fuck have you done? Why the fuck are you here? Not to be funny, but like, you haven't done shit. You ain't released an album. I guess you're notable, but you're the most notable loser in America right now. Why are you here? Go practice.
Because she doesn't feel like a loser.
Go train. Stop coming in like 4th, 5th, and 9th talking about something.
There is no way to feel like a loser with this culture. Like they don't allow you to feel like a loser.
And I feel bad because she's a young lady. She's like, what, 19, 20? I feel bad. Like, yo, go be better. But like, you don't have the time for this shit. Go work. Go get better, god damn it. What are you doing?
There's nobody, like, there's not enough people. Like, if you sit there and tell them, like, you need to work harder, you're better than this, they attack you.
You don't know my story, though.
Right. Like, you know, it's always an excuse. So it's enough for her to, like, you know.
Story. You know where I came from when I overcame.
It's like, what does that got to do with you being, you could be
better
better
than what you were
right.
competing
We're
right
sitting
now.
there telling you we believe in your talent. And we say that you are better than this.
Can you
and
overcome
you need to
this also?
Right. And you need to work harder. And they sit there and bash you for it. They attack you.
Freaking weirdos, man. It just makes you bad.
That's what it is. Like she came in 10th and people like, you know what? She looks great at the Met. Like,
this is the problem, man. The Nike
just lost.
The Nike dial, but just like we need to have you in a positive light. Go to Met Gala. Go buy you
even though you just got smoked
like that. Loud pack.
The influencer, man, it's a new, like, I like some influencers. You know, some of them are funny.
Some of them
the comedians are funny. Some of them are actually entertaining. But it's
like Drewski.
Yes,
I like Drewski. I do like Drewski. He's
and it's like they're like the more opportunity that somebody feels they have to become an influencer, the more it seems like they blow something real.
Right.
Yeah. I think the dog agrees too. It was good shit. Oh man. Well, speaking of idiots in poor decision making, we're a little. I guess we're slightly late on this, but not that late. Did you guys get a chance to take a look at the argument floating around on Mr. First off, I gotta find it. There's a tweet about this where somebody tried to explain it, but essentially the question is, what would you take? 500K or dinner with Jay-Z? Okay. Now, when I saw this, it was an article, and I was like, I don't need to read the article.
Somebody made an article about this?
Oh, there's a whole write-up on this shit. There's tweets on it. All this shit doesn't react because people want to know. They want to give you a reasoning as to why you would. I'm like, no, give me the fucking money. Give me $500,000 because I know it's a catchy title for them boys, but there is no $1 million worth of game in a conversation.
No,
it doesn't exist. Okay,
right.
It's funny, it's cute, it gets people excited. You ain't gonna give me that much advice in a fucking in a dinner. No. Now, if you said, "Oh, go become an intern for a year with Jay-Z," then you may make some money off of that.
I still wouldn't take it.
I still wouldn't though.
Not over 500, no.
Now, without no guarantee of some shit going down. If I'm not working hand in hand with Jay-Z, because I would say working hand in hand with Jay-Z is fine. You being a title intern in a goddamn mailroom, whatever that would be equivalent to, ain't gonna mean shit later. I'm telling you right now. Oh, you worked a title as what? I got coffee for Jay-Z. Nah. For Jay-Z's employees.
If I lived in a wing of his house, yeah, sure, I'll do it.
right. You got up close encounters with Jay-Z every day. Yes, I know him. I can call him right now. Okay, maybe they get you something.
Like if you're in the music, like if G&E's like, you know what, you get to work with Guru and all the other producers that Jay has around for a year. Like it might be a little bit different.
Right. There's some value in being around him.
Still taking the money because who knows? Those niggas might fleece me. They might take all my beats.
You never know. You see how Timberland works.
I'm taking the money, man. Like, why wouldn't I?
There's a tweet and I gotta find it where the guy's like, I would take the dinner because but you can learn from him and talk to him about. I'm like, okay,
that's not worth $500,000.
Yeah.
Even
if I want to learn from Jay, I will put on a Jay album.
I mean,
I will put on 444.
They say he's a storyteller, so
yeah, I will put on 444 and get everything I need. That's all.
Mean, it's
learn about Dumbo.
It's insane. Well, here's the tweet I found it. I'll explain since most can't comprehend. Here we go about what we don't know. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Dinner with Jay-Z. Write some notes down. Dinner with Jay-Z is the better option over 500K. Okay, that's $500,000 because
wait a minute. Before you finish, the only thing that can change my mind is if you tell me there's some weird tax loophole that like I'm only going to get like 25K of it because of the amount of money in his tax bracket. That's the only way. Okay, just go ahead.
Okay, I got you. It's the better option over 500K because of the knowledge and expertise he has. Okay. He'll give you the blueprint on being wealthy and successful. He gave you 3 blueprints.
Okay.
His knowledge.
That's true. I had to think about that.
He did give us 3 blueprints.
3 blueprints.
Gave us 3 blueprints.
His knowledge.
Listen to the albums, like I said. Listen to the album.
His knowledge will be worth more long term than the short term 500K. Okay.
Everybody's not motivated.
A couple of things about this. Number one, this is where my thought went immediately was to this. We're assuming off rip that in this dinner, he's going to even talk to you about this shit. Right. You may hop in there. He may be like, yo, you like the Knicks? Yo, I used to and I bought, the Nets. You know what I mean? You watch the Nets? Facts. That's a good looking state, my dude. Cool. Who knows what he gonna talk about?
Right.
Why he gonna come in and be like, yo, So I took this dinner to help sow into you so you can be successful. How the fuck you know he gonna do that? Number one. Number two, why would people think? Let's look at Jay-Z's journey. Well, his supposed journey. I'm not gonna go into life story. He hustled. He got enough money to get out of hustling and going into rapping. And through rapping, became a great businessman or learned business acumen. And now he's buying up and becoming, really what a mogul looks like, becoming a billionaire, right? Not cliff notes on all that shit. Why the fuck do you think he can take his story, his experience, all of what he's done, and just dump it into you? When you haven't experienced this shit, gone through this shit, done any of this shit, how is he going to just give that to you and it's going to lead to millions of dollars? You going to do what LeBron did? You going to just absorb Malcolm X's autobiography and just be better because of it? That's what's going to happen? Because the autobiography is out there. Is that what you think is going to happen? Oh, you know what? Let me go read this book by this really smart person. I'm going to just be everything now. Why do people think this is how shit works?
Yo, that's the thing with people. They don't take into account that what worked for somebody else, trying to duplicate it. I mean, you could learn lessons from it, but you need to find out what works for you. And sitting there talking to Jay-Z, you might get in there and just ask them like, how'd you meet Beyonce? Like you would assume that if you knew the questions to ask Jay-Z, there are like hundreds of other people you can ask these. There are hundreds of other ways to get this information. Unless Jay-Z is, like I said, giving you a job, or he's flat out giving you a contract to sign upon leaving that dinner that results in you getting some type of income long term, just take the money.
Take the money.
What did Tidal say on their tweet?
Take the money.
Tidal said, I'm not giving. Tidal pretty much told you Jay's not giving you shit but a steak and some fucking sides, okay? So don't come to me asking all these questions like I'm about to give you the sauce. Like I even have the time or desire to give you the sauce.
I've heard people be like, yo, but what if you got like this crazy idea and you can like pitch it to Jay? Like, what?
Take the money you get
Take
and
the money.
invest it.
You're right.
Yeah,
500 is probably more than enough for your idea.
Yeah, people don't associate the action that comes with the success. Like you can know how to be successful all you want. If you're not about working and going out there and grinding and putting in that effort, I could tell you everything. I can give you the lotto numbers. If you don't go play them, you're going to be broke. Like,
right.
If you are the type of person that would benefit from a convo with Jay, you're likely the type of person that would most likely be successful in the room with anybody that has some pull.
Right. Like, why don't you take that 500,000 and work your way up till you end up having a meeting with Jay anyway?
I mean,
right.
The biggest barrier.
He might be asking you for a meeting.
The biggest barrier to success is usually lack of capital. That's almost the everyone has $1 million idea, but you don't have the capital. You're going to knowingly not take the capital for a shot in the dark chance that he'll give you the capital or he'll do more for you.
Or again, if you put some odds, you can always just like, you know what, that's a good idea. I'm going to take it because you don't have the money to start it.
Right. And is that idea copywritten? Can you, or not copyrighted? Is it protected? Have you filed patents? Oh, you just tell me I got a great idea for a music, show. Bet. Coming from the executive producer of Jay-Z.
Right.
Fuck you, random guy.
That's what's gonna happen.
Like, that's exactly what's gonna happen.
Nobody's gonna believe you because you took the dinner.
You're like, I took the dinner with Jay and I told him my idea and he didn't do shit about it.
He took the dinner, so he's like, oh, he couldn't have been that smart. No way he could have came up with that.
No shit on Jay-Z, but like the nigga knowing kind of ruthless. Like he may take you out and be like, man, that's stupid, man. That don't make no sense.
Right.
Next week, he go be in talks about that shit.
T-Pain said Kanye's like that.
Oh, right, stealing that. Yo, honestly, man, fuck Kanye. We get to that in a second. Fuck Kanye.
Yo, that line is trash.
Yeah.
Next song.
It's again, what's crazy to me is the amount of people who agree with this garbage. The amount of people who are like, yo, but like, I get it though. Why does
See, but that's
everybody
the
try to
thing.
be smarter than they really are?
But that's what I say about social media. No matter how stupid your opinion is, no matter how retarded your take is, somebody's going to agree with you. And not just one person, a lot of people. And that's what let me know how there are so many people that are just not smart on earth.
It's never been easier to access information, yet I feel like we've never been dumber.
Yeah.
Like,
Like you know how
as a
many
whole, we've never been dumber.
no, like you know how many people just won't look up something that they don't know.
You literally look this shit up. You could look up literally. You could look up question. You could look up the entire question. Google's
Yeah.
very powerful. What should
It's like
I do if this happens?
it's in your phone. Like they'll go on social media and ask people instead of like, you could have Googled this before you got your answer from a bunch of people who don't know nothing.
Oh my goodness.
That's too easy though.
It's too easy. It's too easy. Oh my god. Randomly, side note. I don't want to go into this. Did you see Nicki Minaj's tweet talking about people just tweeting out stupid shit?
Oh, about her not going to the gala because she
No, not I that's another thing too. Not that specifically. The shit what she was saying about she's talking about the vaccine. And again, we're not pro anything. I'm not talking about the vaccine, but she said her cousin, she said, what did she say? Her she said her cousin in Trinidad, he got it and then his testicles swelled up or whatever, and then something happened.
What?
And she said, listen. She said her cousin got the vaccine in Trinidad, his testicles swelled up, whatever, something happened to him. And she was just like, so with that said, do what you feel is safe for you, whatever. And I was just like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Well, how would she know that came from that?
No. Here's the funny thing. Doctors didn't respond, and like blue checks were like, that's an untreated STD. They're like, he's gonna read a nigga to treat it. Go see Dr.
Right.
ASAP. I was like, so wait a minute. So your cousin down there slinging that shit around before and that's what happened was, I guess he about to get married, and I guess the girl called it off or whatever, something like that, right? She's like, so he making it seem like, man, it's that vaccine. No, you cheating and getting STDs. But
and
like people just tweet out stupid shit, and they're just like, what? You Google? Did you Google enlarged testicle? Did you Google what it could
No, like
possibly
she didn't
be?
bother
No,
to look up anything before she tweeted. She just automatically believed her cousin. Yo, it's the vaccine. That's probably what he told his girlfriend.
It's probably because that's easy. Man,
Yeah.
they say it ain't safe, but I took it, man. They just, I don't know.
Look what happened.
This shit, I don't know what's going on. Fucking great. But like, that's what I'm saying. Like, we've never been dumber. We just believe and just go whatever comes out. It's just like, okay, cool. That makes sense. Like, no, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. Like, man.
She's on my list of people that I don't believe anything they say ever.
No, I don't believe anything she says ever at this point.
She's on my
why? I mean, I'm with you, but why?
Because she strikes me as, for one, she strikes me as a liar. But two, she also strikes me as a person that she will reach to defend whatever point or stance she's trying to make, or whatever excuse she has to try to hide the truth. So like when all these things come up, like she's not going to give the real reason why she's not taking it. She'll say my cousin's balls blew up.
My cousin's balls blew up. Nah, speaking on that, there was an interview she gave not too long ago. Not her. The dude that found her. What's his name? The dude that originally found her.
Fendi?
Was it him?
Big Fendi?
Yeah. He was talking. You saw that interview he had with
I ain't seen any recent interview. I know he did an interview a few years back about her. I saw that. I didn't see it
resurfaced, and I was like, just a cliff notes. He pretty much said he found her, changed her name, put her on, got her going with everything, and then
he changed her whole image.
Right, changed her whole image, got her ready to go, and then as soon as like she got connected with like Waka Flocka's mom, who was managing him at the time, managing Gucci, she essentially like stabbed him in the back and just dipped on him, and like I was just like, and I'm like, so when you hear those types of things, just like, okay, I kind of do believe what Reek's saying. Like, I don't really trust anything he says.
But do you care about stuff like that anymore though? Because I mean, yeah, it's shady, yeah, it's crazy, but like, this is the era we're in. Like, this is what people do.
No,
Like,
I would say I don't care, but it does suggest the kind of character you have. It does suggest that this is kind of how you carry yourself. So when there's, talked about, and she's obviously going through some legal shit, whatever. When things come up that says like, yo, you did X, Y, Z, it's hard for me to just take your side when I know you do and say kind of things that are self-serving and shady. That's all. I don't care what you do. I mean, obviously it is what it is. Is that industry I feel is cutthroat regardless. I think whenever we talk about the kind of money that entertainers generate, whether it's rap, whether it's, acting, whatever. When you talk about real big dollars, money runs everything. So people are going to be shady. They're going to do fucked up things. But just know I'm going to look at you like that always. Everybody that makes money isn't shady. But if you are, I'm going to always have them in the back of my mind. So if I hear some shady shit about you, and I know you've done shady in the past, I'm going to assume that's potentially, how you moving. So do what you want, but, people will be left to wonder, and they may assume the worst. And for her, I kind of do, unfortunately.
Yep. I know I do.
Is what it is. I do have one question on this though. If y'all got the 500K, what would you do with 500K right now? And yes, G, no taxes, just straight 500K in the pocket.
I mean, I got things in mind. I probably build a gym though. Build like a studio, like a gym studio thing.
Where gym studio.
Yeah, like an all-encompassing place to pretty much. First of all my hobbies would be essentially all in one spot. So I'd be able to get up, go hoop, go to the studio, and go work out, and then assuming that there's going to be TVs there, go play the video game.
It would be. So it would be the solid prep dream world.
Yeah,
I wouldn't.
But yeah, I always wanted to build a community center like spot that has things that I enjoy and things that I can help teach people to learn how to use and do. And those things happen to be music related and athletic related.
Fair enough.
But I mean, the corny answer is I'd probably like invest it. That's what the hotels would want me to say.
Right.
We don't need to have corny answers. I want real answers. Fuck that.
I would invest it in Umar's school or Tariq Nasheed's museum.
Would you marry two women though?
Yo, time out. I want to say we didn't even talk about this. Yo, why did Umar marry two women? What the? What
in a backyard?
What the fuck is going on?
Around some.
Yo, I'm so lost, dude.
Whoever donated to him, man, like they gotta be looking at his life and just like they got, man. You got caught, you got, man. You got finessed.
But the thing is, it's so easy. Like it's just like because he gets mad when you ask him, like, "Oh, you got a plan? Like, you got a blueprint? You got a business plan that I can look at?" And he gets like really mad. Like you start yelling at you and call you a coon because you ask questions.
And it's crazy because anybody that has ever done business or anybody with money that knows that his idea sounds dope. Like let's be real. His idea is like, yeah, okay, cool. I'm cool with you building the school. That sound legit. It feels like if you were doing it the right way, you'd have a lot of investors.
Listen, it don't take that much to open a school.
And you would know.
Listen, believe me, it does not take much to open. If people actually did their research, they can look up around the country how many charter schools have been open since Umar. I'm not even calling him doctor because I don't even know if that's real. But since Umar has tried to,
I don't know if that's real.
Like since Umar has tried to open this school, you can look around see how many black schools have been opened since then. Like it is not difficult to open a school, especially with the money that he's got. Like it is not hard. So, he got like Tariq Nasheed hustling people with that museum.
But what I'm trying to say, how was he married to two women? Where did this happen? Where did this happen?
I don't know where he met these two women.
The Prince of Pan-Africanism.
Right.
The Prince.
Man, what we said about Dr. Umar, he says 89% stuff you agree with, and then the 10% be so wild, you be like, I can't agree. He down to like 30% now, man. It's just
he's been pretty out of disagree thing with me for a long time. So I it's like you can always, because he'll make a good point and then take it way too deep down the rabbit hole to where it doesn't make sense. And that's what he does.
Right.
Like he does all the time. He'll start with a good point, and then he'll go like, Naomi Osaka didn't she ain't repping her Haitian daddy. It's like, what are you talking about?
Like, she rides for us, bro. You gotta relax.
Right. Like what you like, she ain't giving no money to the Frederick Douglass Academy. Like, why should she?
Yeah, when people come out with these like claims, and maybe it's true, maybe it's not, but like when you come out with a claim that's like very difficult to prove, like I'm Frederick Douglass's 16th grandson, it's like, I guess
Frederick Douglass' family said he's not in the family. They've come out and said he's not in the family. This nigga tried to say that he's not only Frederick Douglass's relative, he's also Harriet Tubman's relative.
So what it sounds like is that it sounds as if Dr. Umar needs to be stopped. It sounds like somebody needs to stop.
As long as he could keep putting out that babble that he always talks, he'll always get people.
Be wrong, because he panders to a demographic.
The demographic that literally doesn't. Hoteps don't work. Hoteps don't work. They do not work. They don't.
Oh my goodness.
Hoteps is people, like you see Hoteps, they are on social media all day. Like Hoteps really don't work. They don't work that much.
They don't. They donate money apparently, and they have 2 wives. Oh my god.
That's one of the mark of the stereotypical Hotep. You have a bunch of kids, no job, multiple women.
They already got Polite out of there. Let's get Umar out of there.
Yep.
And it's crazy because all the people that co-signed him, Polite, everybody who was like rolling with him, he was like, man.
Umar was a Polite guy. He was.
A lot of rappers.
Umar, what's the nut job that Polite followed behind? What's that nigga's name? Dr. York. They support Dr. York. They support Dr. York too.
It's crazy because if you get down to rap, there's like 8-hour videos of like Polite defending York.
Right.
Like 8 hours.
And he had like
straight
pedophile farm. Like he was like,
yo, seriously.
8 hours straight.
And these dudes be riding with him. And that's the thing. Like, it's like, why do y'all listen to these people who spit this garbage and live totally ridiculous lives that are just not morally right? Dr. York said people were lizards and people believed it and shit.
People want to be told what to do for some reason. I don't understand it. They want direction. They crave it. And if anybody's willing to give it, they'll listen. No matter how crazy they sound.
And those people are taking the dinner with Jay-Z.
Yep.
Yeah.
They're like, tell me, give me the secret sauce. Because he's gonna be like, bust your ass. Nah, but what else though? What else? Now I'm telling you what to do. Just go work hard, real hard, and do this.
They won't, or they won't take the $500K because it's the white man's money. He's gonna keep it.
Now it's the white man's money. It's everyone's money, actually. You better figure that shit out real quick. I don't go to the store. I'm like, can I pay with my black money, please? Not the white money.
They give you that money. You're gonna be indebted to them forever. You're gonna be their slave.
Okay. Okay. That's how y'all feel. I just can't. People make me upset. People really make me upset. I guess we can move real quick to first and foremost, I always like when we have appropriate predictions. And number one, we've been doing some reviews of some music. I said that Kanye shit is trash. America agrees with me. Maybe it's a mid. Maybe it's a
right
mid.
prediction.
You said what?
Another right prediction. They agree with us.
Yes. Also, this I'm too sexy shit. Yo, we told y'all.
We told y'all.
That shit's
we
going.
Told
that
y'all.
shit going bang. We said it. We said this is
As
going.
soon as y'all go outside,
they gonna clown it. They gonna get outside. They gonna be like, "Yo, this is hitting." And here we are, number one.
Drake is like 8 of the top 10 on the Billboard right now.
I mean, if there was ever, you know what? I hope this is what I hope. Remember when 50 thought he couldn't lose, and he challenged your boy, a young Kanye, a young spry, non-crazy Kanye, and he got dusted. Shaping up to be that kind of dusting, and hopefully it's a moment to humble the self-proclaimed genius, greatest of all time musician Kanye West.
And I think there's a big difference between like, because this is like more of a beating, because at least with like 50 and Kanye, this was like street versus geeks. Mm-hmm. So like you going into the internet era, you know who's like who won that one. But this is like this is just straight up who's better.
Yeah.
And Drake is smoked Kanye.
I think it's like these two albums have no business being compared to each other.
No.
And that's the problem. Like, they have no business being compared to each other. They're two different concepts. Like, one person's talking about his mother, other one's talking about, I mean, he's toxic masculinity. He's talking about women he loved, women he doesn't love, women he don't care about no more. Like, these two albums, like, they shouldn't even be in the same breath. But because Kanye is an idiot,
he wanted to smoke.
He craved it.
Yep.
I mean, y'all seen what they was in a Breakfast Club or one of those fucking shows. They brought on who was it? Versus people, Tim and Swiss. And they were like, "Yo, Kanye wanted the verses." That right there should show you he's washed. Right. What current artist is asking for the verses? What active dude in hip hop is like, I need this?
But what artist of that caliber is even doing it? It ain't like you're a Patti LaBelle and Gladys Knight or the Isleys and like y'all just legends reminding people of their status. These are like at this point, like you're not getting Jay in the verses.
Why would he?
You know what I mean? Like he's like these are like you can find Keith Sweat. What are you doing, Bobby Brown? You can find them. It was like if you're a current artist, like Drake looking like are you serious? No.
he did exactly what he should do. He said, I'm huge right now. I don't need this, nor do I want this.
And here's the thing. It's not like I don't think if somebody was doing the verses that has like Drake verses, I'm not like Drake. I think Drake would show up if you asked him.
I think somebody he respected
right
show up for.
Even since like Soulja Boy do his ass, I would have came.
Yeah,
I mean, he said that shit. I think Drake would come on in that sense of like, I'm not the main. Drake should have been a URL event.
Right.
He'll show up pretty much anywhere at this point.
And then backed up in the crowd, like, I'm not going to stand right.
I'm not about. So, like, Drake, I would say the humbleness of Drake is a really appreciated thing. Because he could come there and be like, oh, this is all about me. I am that dude. I literally am that dude. What's up? But you know what I mean? Like that's the whole nother story. But yeah, no, that very interesting. He wouldn't, I mean, why would he? Why does he need to? More importantly, if I'm looking at him, what do he say? Burnt out. You 44, 45, you burnt out. Let it go. Yeah. Like, let it go.
And here's the thing that's even crazier to me. Like Kanye, you shouldn't be competing with Drake.
No.
Compared to when you started and your age and all that stuff. It's not like you see Jay, like Jay doesn't compete with Drake. I'm Jay. Like I'm my own team. Nas doesn't compete with Drake. I'm Nas. Like Kanye, you should be that. Like you shouldn't be. It's like arguing with little kids. You shouldn't be doing that. Like you should. Like you're like 10 years older than Drake. You shouldn't be like. He shouldn't be on your mind that much, and he bothers you that much. Because that's what I think. I think Drake bothers Kanye more than Kanye bothers Drake.
I think they essentially have said that much. You just like, I don't like, why are you so obsessed with me? Like, it shouldn't be like that. Like, I like Jay-Z's approach to it. Like, he was just like, yo, because if nothing else, Drake has shown to be someone that he's not. I think why I respect Drake a little more than some of these other guys, outside of the fact that he makes better music in most cases, he respects those that came before him. He's not one of those guys that's like, oh, like these other niggas, like, I'm better than so and so, or these niggas overrated, or man, these old heads and shit. He not like that. You know what I mean? He gonna go spit his freestyles at spots. He gonna give praise to the ones that came before him. You talk about when X, even he dissed the X dissed him, and he was like, man, like that's still like one of the best.
Right.
And even X, he made X think, man, yo, I gotta let that go. X,
right.
You made X
DMX.
be like, yo, I'm gonna move past this shit. Like, really? Think about that shit for a minute.
He's like, I talk crazy about him. You still respect me. Like,
because what he like? I'm like, you was that dude. I gotta give you your credit. So for Kanye to have an issue, it clearly feels like it's a Kanye thing, not a Drake thing.
Yeah, I think it's like it's clearly personal between the two of them. Like, and Kanye, I don't know what his issue, but like what his biggest issue is, but he's gonna have to start letting that thing go. Like, you're sitting there, you dissing him on a song where Drake, where 3 Stacks poured his heart out about his mother. You take the time, like, you know what, I'm gonna diss Drake.
If I'm 3 Stacks, I know 3 Stacks is probably somewhere with his flute, you know,
sitting crisscross applesauce,
eating Nutella toast and shit. But like, I'm calling Kanye like, yo, what the fuck, bro? Why the fuck would you like, nigga, why would you take a verse and I'm spitting something that's personal to me because I lost my mother? Why are you
dissing and you know what's even crazier? Like, you know, we mentioned it like when we listen to all the features on the Kanye album, and it feels like yo, Kanye just gave me a beat. He ain't gonna tell me what it's about. He like, yo, just don't curse. Like he literally went in detail with 3,000, like, yo, rap about your mom, blah blah blah. Like,
so you can make an album. You can't make a concept album, huh? You can't explain to somebody what we're doing and then do it. It's amazing. It's amazing how you did that.
And then it's just like, you know what? This is the perfect song to start talking about Drake.
You know, now I'm gonna go off the rails and just go and just.
Yeah,
I'm just talking about Jesus.
Drake.
Now I'm talking about this gun talk. All right, cool.
But kill Drake on GD. This nigga was just talking about his mother.
Yo, dude, you can't.
Drake gonna die on GD.
You can't make this shit up, man.
And in that verse, he's basically like, well, you should be like, he's basically saying like, you should be like honored that I'm asking you to write for me.
Right.
Like,
right.
Yo.
I like that track that Drake has when he's talking to Kanye, because he had bars. He was talking at that nigga. It was like 6 a.m. and somewhere, I forget what, you know how he do that shit.
7 a.m. joint.
Yeah, yo, yeah. He talked to, he was like, yo, listen, like, yo, like, first off, I am the man, and you ain't on my level right now. Second off, fuck you on just some Tadio shit. Like, he really got at him. I was like, what are we talking about? I do more numbers than you. I'm better than you. I'm more respected than you. And you know what? I ain't gonna keep acting like I'm not. So what's up? And it's like, right. There's no response. Like, Kanye had no response except I didn't sell better, but I'm still a genius. Like, what else? What do you grasp at now? I'm a genius. All right. I guess. I wonder if it's this. I know you heard this rumor. Do you think Drake hit Kim? Do you think that's what it is? That would be the only thing that makes sense to me.
See, this is
y'all conspiracy back for real. I'm just letting y'all go.
Yeah, you're like, because you know what? We put our conspiracy hats on, G, and we end up being right. We didn't get into LeBron and the ESPN thing that we was talking about. with Paul Pierce exposed. So we've been right. Yeah.
That's shit funny as hell.
Yo,
But-
yeah, we ain't talking about that. I'm gonna let it go. I'll just quick
You know-
disclaimer: we were right. ESPN stuck the games off. And
I'm
your
not gonna
boy
say y'all
said,
was right on
I
that
ain't with
one.
this shit. I ain't with this. I'm out.
I'm not giving y'all
I
that.
ain't with this. Oh, I didn't do nothing wrong. I'm just tired of talking about LeBron every day.
we gotta talk about him every day.
He on vacation.
Stop it. They were talking about Jordan every day too. LeBron is Jordan in this era.
No,
He's not.
no.
That's what they're trying to make him. They're trying to make him
They
be
tried
the face.
But the difference is,
You know what's crazy? You didn't have, you know what, G, here's the thing. Okay, real quick, we can go back to this. This Jordan rant. You grew up in that era. You didn't have to make Jordan shit. Everybody wants to be Jordan. No one wants to be fucking LeBron.
That's why I understand. This is a different era. We just talked about how crazy these niggas are.
I'm not gonna respect that shit. That's my point.
Right.
I'm not
MJ
respecting this narrative creation. Jordan made his narrative by winning.
Right. He was the undisputed king.
He was something you haven't seen before. The crazy thing about people talking about LeBron being something you haven't seen before is not true. You have seen this shit before. He just maybe did it for longer or longevity wise or fine. You have seen a dude who can do what he does. You have. It's been
you have
done.
not seen a dude that can play 30 years in the NBA.
That's why I said the longevity is the only difference. The longevity. You have
seen
guys
like somewhere. And the crazy thing is, as long as he's been playing, he still be like trying to catch Mike in certain stats.
Right. Think about it. He didn't have 3 years in college. He's been in a weaker conference. He's been playing every day. He hasn't had any injuries, so he hasn't had that issue. He still hasn't won as much.
Yeah. But anyway, with the Kim and Drake.
I'm tired of shit. Anyway.
With the Kim and Drake. Here's what I think. This is conspiracy week right here.
Okay.
I love it.
Here's what I think.
Here's
what I think. Here's what I think Drake does to Kanye. Now we've all seen Entourage before, right?
Yes.
Now, do you remember what Seth Green would always do to E when he's around Eric, always asking her about Sloan? Tell Sloan I said what up, right? And it's almost like he's insinuating like I hit it, even though she says no, he didn't. Mm-hmm. But you don't know, and he's gonna keep like how I can see Drake be like, yo, every time he comes out, yo, how's Kim?
The way you said it though.
Because
Drake is an innocent dude, so he could legit just be like, I'm
right.
curious. Like, I just want to know how your family is.
And Kanye could be like, yo, you trying to say you fuck my girl, bro?
I'm gonna add one piece to this. Yeah, I heard on the when he had that three track release when he had Ross and he had Baby on it and shit. Yeah, like once I think it was once of these. So he had that one line where he said, I need to talk to Ye. I need me some Jesus. But as soon as we started confessing our sins, he wouldn't believe us. Right. That line made me think, yo, and I think that's a line Kanye hear to be like, you wouldn't believe the sins I have.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like I'm telling you, Drake does a Seth Green to him.
Yo,
I'm telling you, that's what he does.
That is exactly. I think that's exactly what I think. I can't confirm nor deny, but if it comes out that he did in fact hit it, it would all make sense because like he can't come at like Reggie Bush or who was the other guy or the random dude that played for the Nets when they were like still bad.
Chris Humphries.
He can't come. He can make a diss track about them, but it'd be stupid. But Drake.
Listen, I'm telling you, he's pulling the mind trick on like Kanye just doesn't know and you gotta find the answer. He can't get the answer. He said, he can't get the answer.
He said, I didn't have sex with your wife.
Kim was like, no, we didn't do anything. And
he was like, I would never. Why would I ever do that?
Like, I don't believe you.
but then he see Kim like
that's why they got divorced, y'all. Wow.
He see Kim like a Kanye post, like a Drake post, like. I just thought it was a good song. Don't like the song.
Like, what is it? What does that mean? Like, it's
why do you like I'm too sexy, Kim?
Yeah, he's like, I'm telling you, Drake that walked in the studio to write for Kanye one day and was like, "Yo, how's Kim?" Like he was sitting there like, Kanye like, "Oh, she all right." He like, tell her I said what up. He didn't like Kanye might have told her like, "Yo, Drake said what up," and then she might have said something back, and then Drake like, "Yo, that's all she said." And then,
That's all she said. Yo,
That's all she said. Though.
I think that's it. I think we found out he hit Kim relatively recently, or like at least maybe right. And I think they were married. I think they were married 100%. He hit Kim, and Kanye hasn't let it go. That's what happened.
I mean,
or like
Kanye picked the wrong battle. There's a lot of other people he could have legit beat in the battle.
I would say most people he could beat in a battle.
Right, take on Ray J.
Because
all roads lead back to Ray J.
Yo, Ray J
can't lose, bro. Ray J can't lose. That's the thing, though.
Right. Ray J could beat Kanye in the verses with one song.
Ray J can't lose.
Right?
One song will end Kanye in the verse.
He would
play it 20 times.
He would play one song and then clips from his show. The song he would play and he would win. That's it.
The one song. Is that your wife? Like, just go ahead. Just do it.
Oh man, Kanye. I you know what? I'll take it back some. I get why Kanye's mad now. I understand. I finally understand why Kanye's mad.
Yo,
he hit his
Drake
wife.
Got Kanye so mad on his dedication to his mother, thinking about Drake.
Right. I'm just saying. Listen, the only thing that makes sense is that he did hit Kim and he can't let it go.
Like it's the best. He got on the best song in the album.
It was the best song. The best Kanye song, because the Bobby song was the best.
Right.
It was the best song. 100%.
The best Kanye song.
100%. He didn't even make it.
with the best verse from 3000. It was him and Fabi gave their best verses.
Yes.
3 stack hits on there. Pours his heart out. He must have saw Kim like a Drake pick.
Yo, she saw. She's like liking his posts and shit. Like your beard looks nice. Heart eyes. Eyes. Heart eyes. He was like,
I don't know what happened. Like he was sitting in that janitor's closet and Hotline Bling came on or something.
The demons got to him.
the demons
got to talking.
That's why
got to him.
He had to call the man. I got to go dark on this album. I'm pissed off. Yo, my
he can put his mask on for the verse.
No, that's why he said he going to jail tonight. Guess who's going to jail tonight? He was going to jail tonight. I'm killing this nigga.
Kill him on GD. Put his mask on. He's probably sitting on his wife beater and his drawers. Put the mask on.
He put the mask on. He recorded that song. He was ready to go. He was ready to go.
Like, did you listen?
No, and then he had the address. He said, "I know where you live. I'm on my way."
He put the address up.
He was ready. He was ready. He knew he hit her. He knew. He was going to jail that night because he was going to his house. He knew.
Listen, he thinks Drake is a bully. Like he's a jock. Like bully. He thinks he's a jock.
Drake is a bully.
Yo, imagine thinking Drake is a bully.
He thinks Drake is a bully.
Jimmy.
So he's like, how much courage he was building up for him to be like, yo, I'm about to kill this nigga tonight.
He had the bottle of Henny. He was getting excited. He already just released I'm going to jail tonight.
Going to jail
part
tonight.
2 of it. He was listening to that. Going to jail tonight. He got priors, apparently, that no one knows about. He was going to jail that night.
He might have called some of his goons or some of the people we know that know goons. And he's like, yo, what you mean you can't get to his house? Like it's in Canada.
Can't cross the border.
You can't cross the border.
This makes a lot of sense, though. Certified Lover Boy. That makes sense. Now the title even makes sense now.
He's trolling him.
Right.
I'm a lover boy. So you know what's up. You know what's up.
Right. And notice he mentioned no names in these songs about some of these relationships.
Dude, listen, America, we've been right before. That's all I'm saying.
We have been right.
We haven't been wrong very often, if ever. I'm just saying.
We have been right.
I think we found why he's mad. Now, I'll give him a little respect. I get it now. I understand. I'd be mad too. Oh man, shout out Kanye. They suppose you working it out. So hopefully they figure it out.
Really? They're supposed to be working it out?
Supposedly. That's what I was that's what Twitter told me, but who knows?
I don't believe that.
I mean, now that he got to see Drake "I'm Too Sexy" videos going off everywhere, he gonna get triggered. He gonna be really triggered. He gonna be really triggered.
Tell Kim I said what up.
That's it. He said, "Hey, she good? She good? All right, yo, that's good.
Right, man. You how's your wife?
The voice and the energy change. How's she doing? Oh, that's good, man. That's good, man. I'm happy to hear that. Nigga, what? Why you sound like that?
Right. Drake
what?
Drake is really like he's that guy. So you do that, she's a good girl, man.
Yeah, that's what it is. I'm telling you, it all fits. It fits too well. It fits too
good
well,
one, bro. They really might not have, I'm telling you, they really might not have done nothing.
He's just a good dude, man.
Kanye just like thinking like
real good, like, too good. Nah, that's what I'm convinced. That's what happened.
And you know what? Like I've had personal experiences where dudes thought I hit a girl that I didn't, that I was just cool with, but like I could not convince them that I didn't do nothing with them.
Wouldn't believe you.
They wouldn't
believe you.
They wouldn't believe me.
He said it. As soon as I started confessing my sins, he wouldn't believe us. He ain't gonna believe you. Ain't gonna believe you. He's mad now.
I think it's that same situation. Drake is probably told him like, yo, I really like. I can see Kanye walk in the room like, yo, I know you fuck my bitch, bro. And Drake is like, what are you talking
about? But not denying it immediately, being
right,
huh?
Why
would you think that?
Right.
Come on, bro. What do you think I would? Come on, really, man?
Yeah, make him think about
but
it
never
more.
actually say no. But like, come on, bro. Come on, man.
You gonna ask him if you're talking about Amber?
Right.
Like, what you mean her? Like, nah. That one maybe, but like,
I can see Kanye exploding like that, like on the PD on Remember the Titans when he couldn't figure out if Sonny was gay or not. It's like, yo, stop playing with my mind. Like,
I think I figured it out, man. I think Drake literally been hitting all Kanye girls. Just like, it just not said that.
I think he could have been, or he just could be just like, Drake pops up, or they mention Drake too much for his liking.
They play too much Drake in the car.
Play too much Drake in the house. He got stadium speakers. Like, you can't help but to hear it.
Dude, I'm telling you, I admit it must be that. It's gotta be that. It's gotta be that.
The idea that Kanye's girls are playing Drake on Kanye stadium speakers is crazy.
That's why he moved out. That's why he don't live in LA no more.
That's why he went to Wyoming.
I'm tired of hearing Drake every goddamn day. I'm going in the middle of the country.
Like, can you imagine walking?
Buy me some land, have a farm, had to get back close to God.
Can you imagine walking in? You walk in the house with you, Kanye, and I'm Too Sexy is playing. And you heard it outside because stadium speakers. So
you heard it when you opened the car door. You heard it when you opened the car. You were like, "What the fuck is this?" You know what? Nah, I'm going back to Wyoming. Fuck out of here. I ain't walking this motherfucker. I'm going back to the farm. Church service. We having church all week. God damn it, all week. Oh my goodness. I guess it makes sense now. Too much sense. Shout out Drake. He may be the GOAT.
So he's number one in like most of the songs, right? Most of the songs are number one.
Yes. Like,
on the charts.
Out of the top 10, he's like
10, like
8 of them.
Yeah, he's got one.
Pusha was talking crazy then.
You said what?
Pusha was talking crazy then, because wasn't Pusha like liking tweets and stuff like that about the numbers?
Listen, Pusha's a chatty patty. I don't like Pusha. Like, he's a dude, like, he finds out any little information he's gonna find, he won't rap about it. Like,
yeah,
once I found out like he was like ratting out LeBron, I'm like, what does that got to do with you?
That's kind of. I'm not the biggest LeBron fan, but that's kind of lame.
Yeah, I was like, what's that got to do with you? Like you chatty patty. You hide the kid. What they got to do with you and him?
That was hilarious though.
It was.
You know, but that
was.
That was hilarious. And like again, but it should have showed you that you can't. It should have showed Kanye you're not gonna win a beef with Drake.
No.
If that don't take him down, nothing will.
No, it didn't stop him at all. It didn't even slow him down.
No, he didn't slow down at all. I mean, ghostwriting, Secret Kids, it doesn't matter. Drake's impervious.
Drake and Ray J.
Impervious.
Yeah. You can't destroy it. You cannot destroy it.
That's hilarious. We don't have time. You know what we got to go into next week.
What's that?
Andre 3 Stacks is not the fucking GOAT or second best of all time. To stop this nonsense.
Is that a thing?
That's becoming
it is a thing. We have to address it.
That's gonna be heavy next week.
And I like Andre 3000, but we are not
like that motherfucker.
Right. We are not gonna jump out the window and say he's a top 5 anything ever.
That we are addressing next week because god damn it, I am sick and tired of that shit. Sick and tired of
flute
it.
Player.
I'm done.
Who else plays the flute?
No,
Second graders.
no.